Welcome into the PHLY Phillies podcast presented by our friends at Bet365. Use promo code PHLY365 at sign up, and you can find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Jamie Lynch here, in with Andrew Fraser. Happy Friday to you, Andrew.
Happy Friday, Jamie.
We made it through the week. The weekend is ahead.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
And it also means that we've concluded the two slowest days of the sports calendar year.
What a drag.
After the All Star Game on Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday. Nothing happening in the sports world. We do have a little, British Open.
It's always nice.
Yeah, we can follow a little Portrush and
love that.
How the lads are doing over there.
Love a little golf.
But there was no baseball, and I always like the All Star Game break because it makes me appreciate how much I like having the Phillies on 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Call it like 4 nights away, and you're like, oh, man, I miss the Phillies.
Yeah, man, and I totally forgot the ESPYs were even a thing. So
Shane Gillis put them back on the map, I think, last night.
They did.
Resurrected an old Norm Macdonald classic, which was very funny.
Dude, he was great.
Strong Philadelphia presence last night.
Great jokes.
It was very funny.
But yeah, I mean, not having anything right now these last 2 days has been a total drag. Absolute drag.
And it's going to make us appreciate the Phils being back tonight and the weekend ahead. We're going to get into the trade deadline. We're going to get into the All Star Game. We're going to get into Bryson Stott's struggles and what you do with him. There's a lot to get into here. The trade deadline is going to be pressing, but before we get to that, let's talk about the All Star Game that was, because Mr. Kyle Schwarber becomes only the second Phillies All Star Game MVP of all time.
Give that man his money.
And it does feel a little cheap, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, I'm in a safe space. I can say that. It felt a little cheap to give him a home run derby finish to the game.
Yeah,
I understand why you would get the MVP, but
well, he saved the game. He won it for him.
Yeah,
the swing off.
It was batting practice.
It was batting practice, and as much as it was a gimmick, I did kind of find it enjoyable.
I very much enjoyed this year's All Star Game.
I thought the ABS system was great, and it really proved itself to be something that should be implemented throughout every season moving forward. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. And
I would do it. I mean, I know it's the optics of it. You can't really do it mid-season because people could argue could change the course of the season. In the first half, maybe a game or two is different.
You'd have to wait till next season to do it.
It better be in next season, because I'm with you. When who was it? Was it Scooble? Scooble challenged a call, called third strike. I think it was the second inning, and it was clear as day a strike right down the middle, above the knees, right at the bottom of the zone. It was a beautiful pitch, and he challenged it. And my observation was it was so quick that it's really not going to add much time to the games at all. And two, watching an umpire have to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
To eat his bad decision and to see Scooble kind of light up and smile. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Institute this next year every game. I want to see umpires eat it.
Yeah. Who's that kid from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. One of those moments,
What was his name? Nelson? Is that Nelson?
Is it Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It
was awesome.
That point. Yeah.
Because the umpire inside his mask is just it's like that mask
steaming.
Meme. He's just got tears rolling down. He's like, oh no.
Yeah.
So that was very enjoyable. Another thing of the All-Star Game I really enjoyed was Clayton Kershaw. Now, people were kind of bitching and moaning that he got
the legacy thing.
It was the legacy thing. He's one of the great pitchers. I have no real problem with that.
Give him his hat tip.
Yeah, it's fine. Listening to him mic'd up while pitching, I thought was awesome, because he's literally calling out, all right, Smoltzy, this one's going to be a slider low and inside, and then watching him deliver the pitch, and then he's talking up to Smoltz in the box. He's like, all right, what should I throw here, Smoltzy? I thought that was so cool.
Oh, definitely. That's the type of content that we want as fans. We want to get inside these players' heads, and what the best way to do that with these mic'd up games, you know? And hearing him calling out the pitches, doing all that was an awesome perspective.
Yeah, and I'm glad they moved it away from the World Series home field advantage way it was, because...
Do you really?
Yeah, because I don't think that was a fair way to decide home field advantage, one. And two, I think it doesn't lend to this kind of goofiness. Like the home run swing off to end the game, the mic'd up pitch, because there was something at stake, something on the line. I think it was more of a tight game than just an exhibition of fun and displaying how cool your game can be.
Yeah.
That's what the All-Star Game should be.
I feel like what you're saying is like a gripe for a lot of people who watch the All-Star Game because they miss that there was something at stake.
Yeah.
You know, they miss that feeling of, okay, this is a meaningful game. And I'm right there with you. I love the gimmick. The swing off, I know it might just be me personally, but I think that they should implement that into like the regular season. I think it'd be
that's a take.
It's a take. It's a take, but I think it'd be fun, you know?
But
might bring more eyes to the game.
It could, and the younger generations and, you know, the TikTok teens and all that, if they like it and it grows the game in 25 years, like good. I don't know. It feels like a cheap way to end a regular season game. It's fun. I'm with you that it's fun. Yeah. But like, I don't. It feel like. But could you imagine being in an October like playoff game?
Well, no, you don't. No, you don't put it in the playoffs. You
all right, late September pennant race.
Go back to like, you know, the zombie runner. But like, you know, I think for the regular season, if you want to get games through, you know, why not?
Maybe if you implement it in like
their first half,
say like the 13th inning or something like that. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Like so, there's a finite end to it. Yeah, maybe I could buy in then. But I thought it was ultimately a really fun way to end the game, and for Kyle Schwarber to go up there. I don't know if you follow the account on Twitter, Art But Make It Sports.
Okay.
They take like a great photo from sports and then they put like the artistic equivalent of it. And they did it with the Schwarber down on 1A, launching the game winner into the stands. It was pretty cool. So it was very cool to see Kyle Schwarber. Do you know the other Phillies All-Star Game MVP offhand?
No.
1964, I believe.
1964. Wow. Okay.
I believe it was Johnny Callison.
Oh,
the only other
Good
Phillies.
job, Johnny.
Yeah, old Johnny Hotcakes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Kyle Schwarber gets that. He gets like the clear bat. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to see. It was fun. I just enjoyed the All-Star Game for the first time in a long time.
Definitely. And I also like the fact that they use like players' actual uniforms.
Yes, very cool.
Because in that home run derby, those things were atrocious.
Yeah, those
gross. Blues. Ugh.
Yeah,
I never want to see those again.
Yeah. All right, that was the All-Star Game. Let's tell you about some of our friends here at PHLY. And that's our friends over at Cherry Hill Kia. If you're in the market for your new dealership, well, it's going to be Cherry Hill Kia after I tell you about them. They have the most inventory and super low lease payments in the Philadelphia area. Kia of CherryHill.com is the place to go. Choose from over 450 new Kias, including Tellurides, Sportages, K5s, Carnivals, Seltos, Souls, and more. And I've got to tell you, Kia is the hottest automotive brand in the country for a reason. I see them everywhere when I'm out on the road. 7 of their models received the 2025 Car and Driver Editor's Choice Award, which is amazing considering there's over 450 models tested and only 20 models industry-wide received this award. So combine that with the best warranty in the automotive business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. So stop in today. Tell them PHLY sent you. You'll receive a $100 restaurant.com gift card just for taking a test drive or completing a trade appraisal. I know people buy Kias elsewhere. I just simply don't know why. Let me tell you about our friends at Mando, because the humidity outside, it has men stinking. And fellas, we got to take care of our full body. And yes, I'm talking full body. We got to get all those crevices. We got to get that butt crack, the armpits, the belly button, your balls, and of course, the stinkiest of them all, the grundle. And with Mando, they have things that are designed for men. They have smells like bourbon leather and clover woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport. And it's a whole body deodorant because, look, it's not just your armpits and your hair that stink. A lot of our body stinks. And for a long time, there wasn't this beautiful invention to save all of our stinky parts from smelling bad. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control it for up to 72 hours. They have a solid deodorant stick. They have a spray deodorant. All their products are baking soda free and paraben free. You can choose from a great bevy of scents. And this was clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, doctors found that the average men's grundle odor was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, that average Grundle odor is a 0 out of 10. So if you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula, right now you can find them in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. For the best deals, go to shopmando.com. All right. This is the PHLY Phillies podcast presented by our friends over at Bet365. Find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365. All right, Andrew. So the MLB trade deadline is going to be all the rage.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Close.
It is.
Days, is it like 14 days? Less.
I think it's the 31st, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, July 31st, 6 p.m. Today is the 18th of July.
Oh, man.
How's your math skills? Let's go. Hot seat right now.
Yeah, right.
18 and 31. Come on. You
18, 31.
Just under 2 weeks.
14.
Yeah. I think it's 13. Isn't
13.
It? Yeah. 13 days away. Now, perusing the MLB trade deadlines of the world, looking at some other fan bases on Twitter, here's the bad news.
Man, really?
The bad news is everybody in baseball wants a power bat that is right-handed and plays the outfield.
Yeah, every team.
Every contender wants that right now for the most part. Even Padres fans who have like Tatis and some good outfield play still are looking for this.
Yeah.
Phillies, unfortunately, are looking for this.
Yeah.
Max Kepler stinks. I've had my takes. Just DFA the man. Give me Justin Crawford in center. Move Brandon Marsh over to left. Let's see what we got here for the next 2 weeks before the deadline. Now, there's a theory out there that people are like, well, they don't want to ruin Crawford's trade value in case he's a piece. I'm of the belief a week in the majors, your first week in the majors, isn't going to ruin your trade value. I understand the thinking that Crawford could be one of the trade chips here.
Sure.
I need to see something different out of this outfield. It is absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
I do think they're going to try to address the outfield upgrade situation here at the deadline.
Yeah.
I am not supremely confident it's going to happen in any sort of big way.
I'm going to tell you this, and this might just be my opinion, but this is how I feel. I don't understand why we covet these prospects. We have no idea what they're going to look like in the MLB. We've seen them play AAA, AA, single A, all of that stuff, but we have no idea if they're going to translate. So I get the Aiden Millers, I get the Taits, I get all of that, but some of these players we can move on from, and we should be able to move on from, because this team isn't a team that's going to be competing in 3 years or 4 years when these guys are ultimately going to be coming up and playing for starting positions. We're competing now for a World Series. So if there is a price tag for a player like a Duran or a Buxton or somebody like that might be a little high, go and pay it. Who cares who you got to get rid of? We're trying to win now. This team is trying to win now. So if the package might be a little high, so be it.
You ain't scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not. And I don't think Philadelphia fans should be scared either.
Now,
they're playing scared.
Duran has been a name from the Red Sox. Now they have a bevy of young outfield bats and arms that maybe he could become available. They're also in a position where they're in the hunt and they're playing pretty good baseball lately. Sure. And I would love Duran if they could pull off. And I would also love the other Duran from Minnesota at the back end of the bullpen. So if you get me Duran, that's a dream. I just find it hard to believe the Red Sox are going to be sellers. I have to think they're going to be buyers. And Byron Buxton is another name. Obviously just played in the All Star Game the other night, having an incredible year.
It's injuries.
He's been marred by injuries for a long time. So there is risk involved. I mean, if you're just telling me, Buxton can be the Philly center fielder for the rest of the year, that excites me. How much I have to give up, and him being a right-handed outfielder, teams are going to be willing to pay a big price for him. So we're going to see. I do think, and I'm curious your thoughts here. I think the bullpen is actually a more pressing.
I was about to ask you that.
Than the outfield, because look, Matt Strahm is probably overworked. He's still good. Orion, I think, is ascending and taking the proper steps.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed off at Jose Alvarado to this day for not checking his GNC supplements.
Yeah.
Tanner Banks is okay, but outside of that, it's pretty icky feeling about the bullpen. I really think you need to get like that high leverage kind of guy. So I think the bullpen is more pressing. Do you agree, or you think the outfield bat is more pressing?
I think the bat is more pressing just because I really love the starting pitching. And
It's
I
so
really
good.
feel that we can put a lot of weight on those shoulders with that starting pitching, especially in the playoffs. And I feel that they have ways to manipulate, put people into the pen, all of that stuff, and really help it out. I think the bat is the biggest thing because the pitching only gets you so far. But when you're in a game where it's 2-1 and like, yeah, Zach Wheeler's going really well. He's pitching. He's doing a great job. But like when you need that guy to get up there and to score, I think that is the problem for this team. And we've seen it time and time again in these playoffs in the recent past is that they get into these cold swings. They get into these patches where they can't find ways to get guys on base. Or if they get guys on base, they strand them out there. And I think if we can find that bat, and like you said, every team out there right now who's competing is looking for this bat. So it's going to be hard. And you're going to have to put up a big price for something because you're competing with all these other teams. But if you can find that bat to get out there and help you score or get guys on base, I really do feel like that is the most important thing right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And the weird thing about baseball, I always say baseball is weird. It's like the hot bat team usually just wins. You know what I mean? Like,
look at 22. It's exactly what the Phillies were. They were that hot bat team.
I still think they have it in there. I mean, like Trey Turner is playing phenomenal baseball. Now, I don't think they have it in them unless Bryce Harper gets to a consistent type of Bryce Harper level again, because nobody really likes talking about it, but Bryce Harper struggles, and his wrist issue or whatever you want to call it, him getting behind in counts and not getting good hitters, fastball counts, is kind of killing this team.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
They're not going to win anything in the playoffs if Bryce Harper isn't some semblance of Bryce Harper. So I think that the biggest offensive upgrade this Phillies team can get is Bryce Harper returning to form.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if he can do that, then I feel like they're pretty solid. I mean,
because then you're solid.
Yeah, with the way Trey Turner's been playing, Bohm has increased.
Trey Turner's having like a quietly awesome year.
Yeah,
and nobody wants to like
hitting 289 right now.
Yeah, he's like at top of the shortstops across baseball.
Exactly. Marsh has found his way.
Marsh has had a really nice 2-month run now. And I ripped him earlier in the year, and he's figured it out, and he's changed his swing path, as Tyler has told you on this show.
Yeah.
He's been really nice. And we're going to get to Bryson Stott in a second, but Bryce Harper needs, and Kyle Schwarber didn't have his month of June that he historically always has. But like to your point, I still believe that hot team capability is in them.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
By the way, we got to get to our Ace Hardware temp check. And this is off of the MLB All Star Game. And the temp check for the Philadelphia Phillies is cool.
Ooh.
Just like my house right now.
A cool or like a bad cool?
Cool.
Yeah.
And the Phillies right now, and visit acehardwarehomservices.com to find more. The trusted pros that you know and love, right to your front door to help you around the house. If you're a boob like me when it comes to home repairs and upkeep, just bring in the pros. It's a lot simpler.
Ace is the place.
I love Ace Hardware. So the temp check goes to the Philadelphia Phillies and John Middleton and the ownership group for being cool as hell and giving Christopher Sanchez his All-Star Game bonus.
Super cool.
$50,000 check, boom, right to Mr. Sanchez, because he was officially offered the opportunity to pitch, but he was pitching on Sunday before the break.
Yeah.
Therefore, said, I can't give you an inning. They move on, and they put Mizorowski in there. Technically, he wasn't an all-star. The Phillies didn't have to write a $50,000 check, but them having their temp check in control and being cool, I think cutting a check for Christopher Sanchez is very cool, and I think it goes a long way in that locker room.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got to love the ownership like that. Middleton coming out and doing that for him. He's proved it. I mean, Christopher Sanchez, since he's been here, has just elevated his game every single year. And when you look at last year compared to this year, he had a better first half stats this year than he did last year. And last year, he was actually voted in as an all-star, where he wasn't this year. He definitely deserved it. And what a great trade. What an absolute steal! Because do you know who they gave away?
I do. Remind me.
Curtis Mead.
Yeah, that's right.
Third baseman.
He was a highly coveted prospect at one point, and I've respected the Rays being as good as they are for as cheap as they are for a long time because somebody clearly has an eye and knows what they're doing. So I fear trading with them. But when you look at Jose Alvarado, and screw you, Jose, for cussing this bullpen, this fun. But you got him from the Rays, you got Christopher Sanchez from the Rays. You fleeced the Rays twice on two pretty big deals for the Phillies.
Yeah, and a funny nugget about the Rays is that they're actually trying to sell right now.
Yeah,
and I think it's like they're selling for like $1.9 billion.
Oh my god!
A team that doesn't even have a stadium currently.
And I did see that if they make the playoffs, Steinbrenner Field is going to be their home for the playoffs.
Yeah,
which would kind of look cool on TV.
Sure. Yeah.
But Christopher Sanchez and the Phillies, they're your temp check for being cool. But Christopher Sanchez, to your point, he might be the best contract in sports.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Isn't he making like $2 million?
Right now in 2025, he's making $2 million. Next year,
nothing.
They eliminated arbitration by agreeing to this extension. Next year, he's making $3.5 million. In 2027, he's all the way up to $6.5 million.
Wow.
You can't even find a decent bullpen arm for, well, you can, but like usually bullpen arms are up around 10 for like the higher echelon guys. And then in 2028, he's on the books for $9.5 million.
Oh my
with a club option in 2029 and 2030 for $14 and $15 million. That might be like one of the greatest signings the Phillies ever make.
Oh, definitely.
Because the money is nothing for a starting pitcher. This guy has continued to elevate his game. I'm at the point where I feel supremely confident with Christopher Sanchez on the mound.
Oh, definitely.
And just good job, Phillies and Christopher Sanchez. A little golf clap there for you. But woo, what a contract, boys. So
what a contract.
They're our temp check. All right, on the other side of this quick pause, Andrew, we got to tell you about the Bryson Stott struggles. And
do we?
Unfortunately,
We have to talk about that?
Do we see more Sosa?
I think we should.
Does he get sent down? What's the right move when it comes to Bryson Stott? We'll tell you about that coming up next. And let me tell you about our presenting sponsor today, our friends over at Bet365. Use promo code PHLY365 when you sign up, and you can find out why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. They have over 90 million users worldwide. That many people just simply can't be wrong. They stream over 780,000 events every single year, and they have the best early payout offers in sports. And guess what? NFL training camp is right around the corner. Time to look at those NFL futures markets. Get your bets in before the season starts. And of course, we're going to finish strong in baseball. But they have the widest market available for live in-game betting across 78 different sports. And new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5, win or lose. Sign up, use that code PHLY365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5 to get that $150 in bonus bets. Again, win or lose. And with the MLB early payout offer, you're a winner if your team goes ahead by 5 runs with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app and use that promo code PHLY365 when you sign up. And whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Oh, Tyler, I walked into my garage yesterday and it felt like a sauna.
Dude, I got to tell you, even for somebody who loves summer, it's getting a little ridiculous out there.
Dude, I know. So, like, I got like 10 bags of ice. And I was going to make an ice bath because, you know, like the healing properties and all that stuff and just to beat the heat. But when I went to go make the ice bath outside, all the bags of ice melted.
Andrew, why didn't you just like turn on your AC?
Because I'm trying to be energy efficient, Tyler.
All right, listen, instead of trying to go through your new skincare routine, all you have to do is check out Pico's energy saving rebates. They've got all of the deals on Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bill.
Wait. So no more ice?
No, unless you're trying to do a polar plunge, you're good.
Now that's what's up.
Just head on over to pico.com/ways to save. They've got tips for everything. Heating, cooling, lighting, you name it.
PHLY Phillies podcast. And that, I don't know, I think Kyle Newbeck has made the joke, the Webbies. I don't know if those are real awards or not, but that piece of advertising from you and Tyler, that belongs that deserves a Webby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yes.
My favorite part of that spot is how adorable you two look in your matching outfits.
Yeah.
Really.
Totally not planned either. Just happened.
Sure.
Like
sure,
mine.
sure. All right, we teased there Bryson Stott.
Yes, we did.
My man is struggling.
Yeah. Struggling is definitely the word to use.
I live in a house with some daughters and a wife that refer to him as Stotty Too Hotty. They love the walk-up music. My daughter will ask me for Stott's walk-up song sometimes in the car. We're a big Stott household.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler sat here thinking this guy one day could be, in the hunt for batting titles.
Yeah, I think we all felt that way.
2 years ago, he showed an understanding of the strike zone and how to work a count.
Sure.
And just battle a pitcher as good as anybody in baseball. We have not seen that man.
No.
Now, coming into this year, there was I'm going to use the word excuse just because I don't know what the other word is for this, of, his elbow and his arm. And I'm not doubting it. I'm sure he was playing injured. A lot of guys do. His elbow and his forearm were giving him a lot of problems last year. He struggled. So, much like an optimistic Phillies fan, I said, okay, well, I can write that off. That was a season where he was playing hurt and it didn't work out for him. But he's coming into this season healthy.
Yeah.
And last season was the outlier, and we're going to get back to what he was 2 years ago.
No,
we
never got there.
I don't know if you've been following, but it didn't happen.
No, yeah, I've been following, and definitely didn't happen.
So now I'm beginning to think that the outlier season was the outlier. And my fear is that Bryson Stott can't hit a fastball anymore. And if you look at a lot of the advanced analytics on him, it's not good. And he's just not hitting fastballs well. Here's his stats versus fastballs at the major league level. He's hitting 2 years ago, he hit 304 versus fastballs.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Last year, he hit 217 versus fastballs. This season, he's currently at 242 with a hard hit percentage of 33%. Last year, he hit the ball hard on fastballs 28% of the time.
Okay.
2 years ago, the outlier, he was hitting the fastball hard hit percentage-wise at almost 42%. Everything seems to be going in the wrong way. He's getting behind in counts. He's not getting pitches to hit. He still works counts sometimes and will foul stuff off and fight to stay alive.
Yeah.
But I fear at this point, he hit 202 in the month of June. In July, he hit 185 going into the break.
Oh,
now you give him his opportunity to play out of it here.
sure.
But I'm really starting to think, is this a platoon? Does Edmundo start taking some time from him? He does have options left. You can send him down to the minors if you choose. There are reverberation effects of a move like that. Does it work? Does it get his head right? Is going to smash AAA pitching what's best for him? Or do we just platoon him and hope for the best? What would you do if you're Mr. Rob Thompson?
It's tough because, we can't dispute the fact that he is phenomenal in the field. And
so good.
Just one of the best.
And that's another element of this. Do you just say, all right, he's a great second baseman in the field, you put him in the 9 hole, and you just kind of live with it?
But that's a problem because then you have 2 players in that lineup that you're looking at as offensive liabilities, because you're looking at JT Realmuto and him, Bryson Stott, who both can't hit. And now you're having that conversation. I believe that Bryson can get back to where he was. I think he just needs some time to get his head straight. And I think if he just got sent down, and I'm not saying for a long period of time, but I think if he went down and just saw some easier pitching, in AAA, I think that might help him get his swing back and just kind of figure things out, because you don't want to lose that in the field. And if you can get him to just be a little more at the plate, I think he's going to help you moving forward. And Sosa going in is not like you're losing a lot, especially with the batting.
Yeah, solid defender.
He's a solid defender, good bat.
Yeah.
And, I think he can supplement you for, a week or so while Bryson's down there getting back and getting his head straight. And I think this is a good time to do it. He's already off. Say, hey, look, we understand that you're struggling a little bit. You know, we want to get you back to a place where we know that you'll be competitive, especially when we get to that playoff push.
It's like a basketball shooter sometimes just needs to see the ball go through the hoop. Maybe Bryson just needs to go smash some minor league pitching.
I think that is exactly it. I think that is the remedy here. I think he just needs to get ball to bat.
Yeah, you could be right. But Bryson Stott has certainly been one of the most discouraging. I would say Bryson Stott won Bryce Harper's play this year too. And look, right before the break, Bryce was heating up a little bit. So let's hope that continues. I have obviously more faith in Bryce Harper riding the ship than I do Bryson Stott.
Yeah.
But the other guy you mentioned too is JT Realmuto. And I think before the break there, he showed you some encouraging signs.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he's going to get back to JT Realmuto of 2 or 3 years ago, but he can still be a competent hitter that puts the bat on the ball, puts it in play, and uses his athleticism to get around the bases. Here's JT's numbers since June 1st. 28 games played. He's batting .318, 360, 383 with a 743 OPS with 9 RBIs. So we talk about Bryce, but Realmuto bouncing back to a better degree.
Yeah.
Is another real positive sign here. Hopefully that's something that continues out of the All-Star break now as well.
Yeah, you hope, right? You definitely
That's all we can do.
Because
he's not going anywhere, and they're probably going to extend him this offseason too.
Yeah, because obviously we don't know what Dombrowski and Middleton are going to do in this trade deadline. We have no idea who's coming in, if anyone is going to come in.
Yeah, I mean it's been underwhelming for 3 years. So
they could just say,
last year was okay. I don't want to say that.
They could just say, screw it. We're going to stick with the guys that we have. We're already paying all this money. Why are we going to bring in other people? And that's definitely a possibility. So to see the uptick in these guys that we have currently in this lineup, that can make you feel a little bit better, but the guys who are really struggling, like Bryson Stott, and you need to see more.
I'm starting to lose faith in that one. All right, so the trade deadline is upcoming, and on the other side, we can talk about my dream scenario.
I love dream scenario.
Yeah, we'll talk about the dream scenario. I don't know if you have a dream scenario, but I think your boy Duran
doesn't.
Your boy Duran.
I want Duran.
And then we'll talk about the Phillies weekend ahead and the pitching matchups coming. Let's tell you about some friends of ours here at PHLY. Empire Today. They got one of the best jingles, and it's why it's one of the best? Because you've been hearing it for decades. You know why you've been hearing it for decades? Because Empire Today has stood the test of time. They're around still because everybody that uses Empire Today will tell you they're the best. And they have the experts in home flooring. And if you're like me, you hate the big box stores. 1, you can't find an expert to talk to. 2, you walk around wandering. You don't really know what you're looking at or what you're looking for. Who wants to do that? And then you get some guy that's proficient in lumber telling you about the flooring, and you're like, I need a flooring expert, man. Well, with Empire Today, they come right to your home, right to your front door with experts that know what they're talking about. And they're going to listen to you, hear what you're looking for, and they're going to suggest to you and not overwhelm you with stuff that they would put in their own homes. And with their virtual floor designer, you get to see what those floors look like in your own house, under your own roof, and you get clear upfront and all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule installation as soon as the next day. My wife can tell you I'm impatient. I would love that. Just get it done with. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHLY listeners can receive a $350 discount when using promo code PHLY. Yes, you heard that right. A $350 discount with code PHLY. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday.com/PHLY for full details.
The MLB second half of the season is about to begin. All-Star Game's over. You want to get to some of those games? Hey, I know a way that you can do it by using the Game Time app. That's right. The Game Time app is one of the best apps that you can use to buy tickets to go see your favorite MLB team. I use it all the time. You get great prices. The prices always change. And even when you get closer to the time of the game, they actually get lower, which is fantastic. And they have a guarantee with Game Time that you can get authentic MLB tickets right there on your phone. Game Time makes getting tickets easy and fast. Prices on the Game Time go down all the time with killer last-minute deals, all in pricing, seats that you can view right there on the phone, and the Game Time it takes all the guesswork out of buying the MLB tickets. Use the app. The app is great. You get priority last-minute deals, game time picks, zone deals, all-in pricing, seat views, the lowest price guarantee, and game time ticket coverage all the time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code PHLY for $20 off your first purchase. That's right, $20 off your first purchase. That's an awesome deal. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHLY for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
All right, this is the PHLY Phillies podcast presented by our friends over at Bet365. All right, I just want to wrap up a nice bow on the trade deadline scenario. My dream scenario is that they trade with the Cleveland Guardians for Steven Kwan and Emmanuel Clase. I don't think it's going to happen, but a man can dream. Is your dream scenario, Andrew, one Mr. Duran from the Red Sox?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And I think they should really, the Red Sox should consider it.
Yeah. Come on, John Henry. Just give us Duran, please. So we'll see what happens in the coming 2 weeks. I do think the Phillies are going to be active. I think they're going to do stuff because I think they know they have to. A lot of guys are free agents. Ranger's going to be on his way out. I would think Kyle Schwarber stays, but you never know. JT Realmuto, but this window's closing, so I think they feel the pressure and they know they got to push in. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Andrew, coming out of the All-Star break, the Phillies start the series tonight with the Los Angeles Angels.
They do.
Jesus Luzardo, the Lizard Man on the mound for the Phillies at home versus the out west team. And then you're going to get a little Taijuan Walker on Saturday.
Ooh.
You're going to get Ranger
for
the 1:35 home Sunday game.
Can't wait.
So Zach Wheeler continues to get more rest. We're going to see Christopher Sanchez coming up very soon. And then also the other thing to look for is Aaron Nola.
His timetable.
Right before the All-Star game, he was, I believe, starting to throw a bullpen session.
Okay.
So he could be close to returning as well. And then that'll be interesting. And also Andrew Painter. Do we see him when rosters expand come September? Do we see him at the end of the month?
Do we see him?
Do we see him at all?
Yeah.
Because he's been struggling. A little bit down in AAA. So we'll see what happens there. And then the next team coming to town, you get to see your boy Duran up close and personal.
Can't wait.
At CBP.
Maybe he's not there anymore. Maybe he's here.
Yeah. Zach Wheeler kicks off the Red Sox series on Monday. And then Christopher Sanchez gets the national game on TBS on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the Lizard Man back on the mound. And then you have the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. And then you have the Chicago White Sox. And then at that point, we could have an entirely different Phillies team, depending on what happens at the trade deadline. But it should be a good close to the season. Phillies come out of it in first place. Do they ward off the Mets and win the NL East? Right now, July 18th, what's your prediction? Do they win the NL East?
I believe that they are going to win the NL East.
I also think
that is my
prediction.
prediction.
The NL East.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun close to the season. I hope everybody has a great weekend out there. Thanks to all of our sponsors and thanks to our friends at Bet365 for bringing you this show. Let's go, Phils. Let's close out this season strong and have a great end of the year. For Andrew Frazier, thank you to Julia Hoff behind the camera producing today's show. I'm Jamie Lynch. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Go Phils.
We all silly like the mayor.